What do you crave most when you're about to die? Is it your mother's apple pie, or maybe a nice hot bowl of your favorite soup? Well, whatever it is, it's probably not as bizarre as these death row inmates' last meal requests. From pizza to cheeseburgers and even candy bars, these prisoners had a lot of strange cravings right before their final moments. So, without further ado, here are the top 7 most bizarre last meal requests from death row inmates. Number 7, chicken parmesan. Before his execution in 2018, Mexican drug lord El Chapo requested a last meal of fried chicken, French fries, and a tuna pie. He also asked for a glass of horchata, which is a tasty rice-based drink. While none of these requests were particularly strange, they were all made by a man who had tasted more luxury than most people ever will in their lifetime. El Chapo ran a billion-dollar drug cartel and lived in a lavish manner. But even he didn't see this one coming. After being extradited to the US and sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years, El Chapo realized the error of his ways and became a model prisoner. He spent his days cooking up tasty meals for the other inmates and wardens. So much so that he earned the nickname Chef Chapo. So what was the first thing he cooked up after learning he was going to be executed? You guessed it, his favorite dish, chicken parmesan. Now, if that doesn't scream guilty, we don't know what does. Number 6, cheeseburger and pizza. Who doesn't love a good cheeseburger and pizza? These two classics go together like peanut butter and jelly or Bonnie and Clyde. But that's probably why it was so shocking when Texas death row inmate Lawrence Russell Brewer requested both of these heavy hitters for his last meal. But it gets weirder. Brewer also ordered a pack of cigarettes and a 32-ounce Miller Lite beer to wash it all down. And if that wasn't enough, he followed it up with a triple chocolate chip cookie for dessert. Talk about a feast fit for a king. But not just any king, mind you, but the Burger King. That's right, Brewer wanted a Burger King cheeseburger, fries, and a chocolate shake from the fast food joint. To top it all off, he also requested a slice of watermelon. Can you imagine? A feast from Burger King followed by a selection of fine desserts and a refreshing shake. It sounds like the menu at a 5-star restaurant. But unfortunately for Brewer, his execution was delayed due to a legal technicality. During his 4-year stay on death row, he managed to get sick of his Royal Highness routine and ended up choosing a much more humble last meal of fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and a can of sweet tea. Number 5, spaghetti and a Bloody Mary. Nothing says romance like a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. Unless, of course, you're a mob hitman about to get whacked. In that case, it's likely you'll want something a little stronger than pasta to calm your nerves. Enter the Bloody Mary, a cocktail made of vodka, tomato juice, and spices. It's the perfect pick-me-up for any stressful situation. Just ask mob hitman Michael Swango, who requested the unlikely duo of spaghetti and a Bloody Mary for his last meal. Swango was convicted of killing 18 people during the 1980s, but he claimed to have killed over 60. With a last meal request like that, it's no wonder the executioners were eager to get things underway. 4. Corn on the cob. In 2014, Oklahoma inmate Clayton Darrell Lockett's execution was halted 42 minutes into the process because the lethal injection was botched. He was supposed to be put to death along with 2 other inmates, but the drugs used caused him to writhe around on the gurney in pain for more than 40 minutes before officials stopped the procedure and let him die of a heart attack. If that sounds like a horrible way to go, just wait until you hear what he ordered for his last meal. Believe it or not, Lockett requested corn on the cob. He said he wanted it prepared the way his grandmother used to make it, boiled and salted with a little bit of butter. Not exactly the most decadent last meal request, especially considering the alternative. Number 3. Fried chicken and watermelon. Fried chicken and watermelon, a classic Southern comfort food combo. It's often served at family reunions and church socials, but it's not exactly the type of cuisine you'd expect to see on the menu at an execution. That's why it was so surprising when Alabama death row inmate Ronald Yount requested the dish for his last meal. Yount was convicted of murdering a sheriff's deputy during a traffic stop, but he maintained his innocence until the end. Maybe if he'd chosen a more traditional last meal, like steak or lobster, the executioners would have shown a bit more mercy. But as it was, they stuck to the schedule and Yount was put to death as planned. Number 2, candy bars. What do you get when you combine 3 Snickers candy bars, 2 Milky Ways, 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, and a bag of gummy worms? The world may never know, but it was the last meal requested by California inmate Clarence Ray Allen before he was executed in 2006. Allen was convicted of a string of robberies and murders in the 1970s and 80s. But despite his gruesome crimes, he managed to charm the prison staff with his good looks and charisma. They even allowed him to have his last meal delivered to him in a basket with a bow on top. Talk about a sweet way to go. Number 1. Everything. On January 11, 1996, Oklahoma inmate John Marion Smith made history when he was executed by firing squad. He was the first person to be put to death in the United States in nearly 100 years. And he went out with a bang, quite literally. Smith's last meal request was a whopping 58 items, including everything from eggs and bacon to burgers and hot dogs. Talk about a glutton for punishment. Thankfully, the prison staff was able to accommodate his massive appetite, and he was served his requested feast shortly before his execution. Now that's what we call going out with a bang. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. Which one of these last meal requests did you find the most bizarre? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more videos like this one. See you next time.